Hi, my name is Colleen Brzezowski, CIS, CITP, and I'm based in Chicago, Illinois. I'm a member of the Site International Board of Directors and a bit of a self-professed LinkedIn junkie. In today's virtual world, LinkedIn is the go-to resource to maintain networks and build relationships. So in the next 10 minutes, we're going to run through 10 quick tips to help you maximize your use of the platform. Buckle up, here we go. So think about it. How many times in the last 13 months have you handed out a physical business card? And as you look around your office, how many stacks of business cards do you have tucked away that you don't ever look at or use again? LinkedIn is really the new business card. It provides an easy online phone book or directory of contacts, and it's there all the time, easy to access. Now, I'm not going to lie, LinkedIn does require some work in order for it to be truly effective. And just like at a live event, you can't stand on the sidelines waiting for things to come to you. You have to engage and interact. If you want to be effective in building your personal brand, you need to interact, be a resource, and engage with others. And you really need to be authentic in that approach. I found some interesting research from Yale that said that on average, our professional as well as our personal networks have shrunk by 16% due to the pandemic. So think about it. This, of course, affects how we do business. It affects our creativity and our innovation, our opportunities to find new jobs or new business. And we're social people. We like to be connected, so it's affected our mental health as well. LinkedIn allows you the opportunity to stay connected 24/7 in a worldwide environment. It's at your fingertips anytime you want it. So I really like to think of LinkedIn as your Lyft or your Yelp score. By having a solid profile and engaging persona on the platform, you're really able to build trust and virtually demonstrate what you can bring to your network. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I see is that people tend to hide on LinkedIn. Doesn't really make sense. They mark their profile as private, or they don't allow private messages to come in. They don't allow others to connect. They don't share their contact info, or their contact info that is there is so outdated that they're never going to receive the messages that are sent. Think about it like that live event. Why do you wear a name tag? Why do you stay in the pre-function area during a break and not hide in a corner by yourself or run back to your guest room? Now, another great tool that you have is that you can personalize your URL. This is really your new business card. You can make it look nice and then add it to your resume, or conference apps often have this so that you can help share your story. Now, speaking of stories, LinkedIn offers a great way to go above and beyond your resume by sharing more of your personality in the About section. Here you talk about your key traits and styles. Really what drives you, and it provides a narrative so that when people meet you in person, they already have an idea of what to expect. Now, we all know our industry is so full of alphabet soup of acronyms: CIS, CITP, GSO, DMO, CVB, CRM, RFP, the list goes on. In your About section, in your work and volunteer experience, take the time to really go into detail about what these acronyms mean and what they can do. Don't leave someone guessing. There may be people connecting with you who are not in our industry and don't understand that, but they could have business for you. They just don't know what you do. And honestly, the majority of people that I've been working with in my LinkedIn training, I have found that on average, only about a quarter to a third of people use all of the space available to share their information. Think about it this way. Would you buy a 30-second TV commercial spot and then only use 10 seconds of that? Maximize what you can use and what you can share. Now, years ago, someone told me, keep a brag folder, tuck it away in a desk drawer, or save it as a separate folder in your email with all the nice thank you notes and complimentary reviews that you've received. And then when you're having a little bit of a down day or you need to talk about what other people say about you, you can reference that folder. But how many of you would actually pull that folder out in an interview or when you're trying to win a new piece of business and say, see, people say great things about me? It would be a little awkward. However, LinkedIn allows an opportunity to share this information tactfully with your recommendations. It's a great way to allow others to do the bragging for you. In the same breath, LinkedIn is a give and take situation. And so if there's someone you've worked with that's done an exceptional job, consider writing them a recommendation so that they can benefit even more than a thank you note. Now, I can't say it enough. LinkedIn is just like being at a live event, and you need to engage with others to get the most out of that event. By engaging in posts, sharing useful information, and being a resource to others will help to build your network and grow your ROI on LinkedIn. So as you scroll through your feed, imagine these are live conversations happening at a live event. Would you stand there and listen and not say anything at all? You might nod as a reaction, like giving a thumbs up on LinkedIn, or you could make a comment. You could use their name. Do that on LinkedIn as well. It makes a difference and it grows your presence. Now, connections are really key. Building your network on LinkedIn is important, but it has to make sense. So again, we go back to that live event. There's someone running around the room and they want to collect business cards from everybody they see, but there's no real conversation. And you kind of see that it's just uncomfortable. The same applies on LinkedIn. When you connect with someone, include a message as to why you want to connect. And research shows that if you have a photo on your profile, it builds trust and people are more likely to accept invitations from profiles that have photos than those that do not. It's really not about the number of connections you have, but why you want to be connected with them. Now, when you're engaging in a post, you want to make sure that you build the reach so that it appears in more people's feed and becomes more visible. It helps to build your personal brand. You can do this by tagging different people, companies, organizations, and using hashtags. Here are some great examples from our executive director, Rebecca Wright, and some other site members who interact and engage, and this is shared all over LinkedIn. It gives legs to help build that exposure. Now, for some of us, hashtags are things that maybe just the young kids use or Jimmy Fallon does on TV, and maybe it's not really meant to be in a professional world. Let me tell you it is. When you follow or search a hashtag, you can find relevant information about that topic. It's a great way to search for information and have curated content right at your fingertips. In our industry, you'll see hashtag incentive travel or hashtag incentive profs for incentive professionals. Within site, we use site strong. And for this event, we use hashtag site night. Now, I said this was going to be fast and furious, but I hope this quick presentation gave you some good ideas and insights on how to utilize the platform to enhance your worldwide network. I hope you enjoy the rest of Site Night, buy some raffle tickets to support the foundation. Thank you again for your time, and I look forward to seeing you on LinkedIn.
Hey, superstars of site. How are you? It's Jason Thomson from speakupgetresults.com. And you know what? I've been thinking about you a lot lately. If you're like many people in the events and incentive space, you may be thinking about new opportunities, new job, new something in your career. And of course, that's going to mean you're going to need a job interview. Now, I spent a lot of time presentation coaching, interview coaching, and I thought I'd bring you some of that insight And then I got to thinking about what I've been binge watching of late, which is the Larry Sanders Show. If you've never seen the show, outstanding peek behind the curtain of late night talk shows. And that got me to thinking about what's one of the greatest things in late night talk shows? The top 10 list. And so for you, I have this. It is the top 10 things to never, ever do in a job interview. You ready? You ready? Here we go. Number 10 on the top 10 things that you should never, ever do in a job interview is you should never high five the interviewer. Yeah, I know. We've all seen Step Brothers, but you don't want to emulate John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell. Number 9 on our list of top 10 things is never, ever go in without a plan. Instead, what I want you to do is I want you to think about an interview in the same way that a big league company thinks about a sales pitch to a different company, a B2B play, if you will. What do? They think about the company, they think about how they're valuable to the company, and then they hit that value proposition over and over and over again. This is your opportunity to think about the questions, not just as questions, but how can you run a narrative? How can you have the interviewer understand what you stand for and why you will be value to that person and their organization? Number 8 on the top 10 things of, well, interviews that you really don't want to be doing is don't ever ask, hey, are you going to finish that sandwich? You know, listen, hindsight being 2020, I probably shouldn't have asked that, but experience, I can pass it along to you. Number 7 on our list is don't power nap. I know we've gotten really, really good at that in our homes over the course of the pandemic, but bad form to do that in front of your interviewer. And by the way, while you're at it, number 6 is I love TikTok. You love TikTok. You know who doesn't love TikTok? Interviewers. When you actually live stream what it is that you're doing, Instagram, Facebook, whatever that looks like, don't live stream. It really is bad form for your entire audience. Number 5 on the top 10 things to never, ever do in a job interview is don't forget to research. Never forget to research. Why? Well, research makes the difference. It helps you stand out. And when I say that, I'm not talking about superficial research. I'm not talking about simply going to the website and checking out the social media profiles of wherever it is that you're interviewing. Get deeper. Use some of the AI and machine learning tools that are out there. And most importantly, talk to your human network. Your human network are the people that you know who also know the people that you're interviewing with. And what you're really looking for isn't just company information. That's valuable. It isn't just what the company's up to right now. That's also valuable. What it is it tells you about the interviewer. That person can give you a sense of how do they buy? How do they reject? What's important to them? What isn't important to them? What did they work on that has gone really well? What are triggering mechanisms that are valuable? By understanding the person that you are interviewing with, you will know how to be most valuable for them. If they're interviewing you and you know they like short answers, you'll give short answers. If they want deeper detail, you'll know that as well. That's our number 5. Do not forget to research. Number 4 on our list is do not, under any circumstances, dress to possess. I know, ironic if you dress up like the girl from The Ring, but I got to tell you, interviewers don't tend to love that look overall. Dress professionally. It really does make the difference, and you feel great too. Number 3 on our list is don't go on and on and on. You want to keep your answers, much like you do in a panel discussion, short, sharp, and to a specific point. You want to begin every answer with a 2-sentence précis that really talks about the value of what you're going to talk about during the next 2 minutes of your answer. And that's it. You want to keep those answers nice and short, but you want to remind the audience continuously of what value you bring. And of course, that goes back to number 9 on our list, which is the plan that you are trying to deliver and execute against in the first place. Back on our list of top 10 things to never, ever do in a job interview is number 2, which is don't repeat, that's what he said. I know, hilarious. Laugh about it in your head. Don't go on and on about that one. Jokes, well, they have a place. Just make sure you understand the culture and, of course, the person that you're interviewing with. Finally, the number 1 thing on our list of top 10 things to never, ever do in a job interview is don't make it all about you. This almost seems to run against convention. But the truth is even though you're the person being interviewed, it isn't just simply about your experience, your skills, where you went to school. It is about how you are the wind beneath the wings of the company, the organization, and the interviewer. How will you make their life better? Because truly, that's what they're looking for. Understand when you're looking at your research about the culture and the interviewer, and then apply all of that material in this idea of consistently turning it around to say, what problem am I solving? How am I beneficial to you? And there you have it, my friends. These are the top 10 things to never, ever do in a job interview. And wait, there's more. If you head over to speakupgetresults.com/site night, if you go there right now, I made a little web page for you. And on that web page is this list and a couple of other infographic based goodies to help you be the best you possibly can be in any interview situation, job or not. I've been Jason Thomson from speakupgetresults.com, and I am super excited for the rest of Site Night.